situated, waking up. It's a good day to have a good day. Good things are coming this week. My cat loves sage, and she likes to eat my sage sticks. And so, she likes to eat my sage. And so, she likes to eat my sage stick. This morning we're getting everything cleansed, ready for the week. It's a Monday. Great start to a new week. Everything is renewed. Serve my highest purpose. Everything is working out perfectly, even if it seems like it's not. Our energy this morning. We're preparing our vessel for a wonderful, blessed week. Divine Mother, allow this energy and light code to come in, cleanse your spirit, clear out all your chakra centers. If you're having a hard time hearing me, please note that in the comments and I'll change the volume. I've got to find my speaker or my microphone. Come in, clear your vessel, clear out any negative residue, any negative thoughts. We're releasing those today. Good morning. Come in, get centered, getting tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to our God frequencies this morning. Everybody come in, get settled in. It's going to be a great day. Allow any negative angst, depression, any kind of suffering, envision that leaving and being replaced with peace, stillness, calmness is entering in. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. get centered in our spirit space this morning. We allow room for things, if they don't go our way, to just observe them and allow them to pass today. Light codes to rejuvenate your system. Everybody enjoy the chemical northern lights last night. I see so many different people posting on that today. It's like they're called northern lights because you can only see them in the north. Like Alaska. They come all the way down this far. It's chemical. They're chemical lights. So, I don't like to argue with people, but that's what they are. Come on in here today. You guys allow this music to come in. Get your spirit right for the day. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. And just breathe. Breathe normally. And just notice anything in your body. Any of the aches, pains, just kind of sit and take in exactly where you're at. Start this meditation. Breathe in deep and release. Breathe in deep and release. We get our mind right for the week. We're taking our mind off all our worries. We're bringing it inward to the base of our spine. Imagine a globe of light. And as we anchor our root chakra, envisioning our roots to go deep, deep, deep into the earth, making a solid foundation and a base for anything that were to come. Cannot sway us to or fro, because we are rooted and grounded solid, deep, deep, deep into the earth. In and release. And as we envision this ball of light deep in our root chakra, as it starts to spin around, imagine all of the negative inequities and all of the pent-up angst and the anger and the resentment and the bitterness and anything that we're holding into our vessel, and we allow it to release. Good morning, Marion. Thank you for joining me today. We allow that to release, and as it continues spinning around, that dark ball of light becomes lighter and lighter and lighter until it is clear, iridescent, bright, shining, beautiful colors. And as all that darkness is released, we feel peace coming over our vessel, planting deep into our core root chakra. Feel lighter, feel more peaceful, allowing any inequities to leave our vessel. sacral chakra. That light extends up to our sacral chakra. And as that ball of light spins around, it becomes lighter and lighter and lighter. Breathe in. And release, allowing any negative inequities to leave. You're safe. You're at peace. We feel divine stillness coming through from our root chakra. As this ball of light spins around, our sacral chakra becomes lighter and lighter and lighter, releasing all inequities, any dark light, any shadows, angst, any fear. We are releasing that now. Allow it to leave. Breathe in and out. Allow any inequities to leave your vessel. Moving up to our solar plexus. That light extends up. Imagine a ball of light spinning around and around and around, clearing out any negative space, anything that we question, everything negative that is being released, any questions are getting answered. Envision this light coming into our vessel, clearing it, cleaning it, and we allow that energy to leave us. All the negative energy is released. Breathe in and out, releasing all negative energy. Moving up to your heart chakra. Imagine that same ball extending up and spinning around, clearing out all darkness, all negative inequities, all the pain is released, all the suffering is released. As this ball of light spins around, it is clearing out your heart space. Any resentment is leaving you. Any built-up angst towards loved ones, any lack that we feel in our heart space is being released. Breathe in. And release. As we move up to our throat chakra, heart space extends up. All the light into our throat chakra, spinning around and around, clearing out all inequities. Any dark space or shadows are released. And we are heard, our voice, we are able to speak. We are understood by the people that are surrounding us. That are still within our vessel are being cleared and released. Breathe in and release all inequities from your throat chakra. Moving up out the third eye, our God mind chakra. Inequities are being released. That light comes up to support our mind's eye that's spinning around, clearing out any shadows or negativity or angst. Our thought processes are clear. Our mind is focused for the day as we allow all inequities to leave our vessel. And as that light spins, it becomes lighter and lighter and lighter, clearing our mind space to think clearly, to get the answers we need today, to release anything no longer serving us, to release any outdated thought systems that do not serve our higher purpose. All of those are being released now. Breathe in and release all inequities as we move up to our crown chakra. Feel the tingling sensations in your body as this space spins around, clearing out all inequities. Our life is secure. It is fruitful. All the desires of our heart are coming in and being fulfilled. Blessings are answered. Abundance surrounds us today. We are loved. We are clearing out and allowing any negative shadows to be released as this ball spins around and the light rises up. Breathe in deep. And release. Allow your vessel to just take in light, feel loved, feel free. You have clarity that comes into your mind. Your heart space is clear, and all your inequities are leaving. Abundance fills that space, and allow it to come up through your spine and release the serotonin and the colostrum into your brain, activating your pineal gland. We are prepared to go about our day. Thank you for clearing our vessel, Heavenly Father. Thank you for coming in and going before us today. Our archangels, spirit guides, ancestors go before us, clearing paths, opening doors to abundance. Our mind and our heart is receptive to receiving all the blessings that were held, and everything of abundance is now coming to us. Thank you, Lord. I'm so grateful for today because I have everything that I need to go out into the world and to conquer all my dreams. I am well equipped. My heart is receptive to the positive things that are coming in, and anything and everything that is no longer serving to my highest path is being removed, and I allow it to leave, accepting that some of those things may be things that I love. And I allow those things to be released. I do not harbor them, and my soul is free today. Thank you guys for joining me for that quick chakra alignment, getting in tune, tapped in, and turned on to our God frequencies this morning. Getting in tune is the key to alchemizing our life first thing in the morning. To keep your mind straight on the God's mind, keep your mind straight on helping people, keep your mind straight on allowing people to have a bad day, allow people to have an attitude, allow people to get upset and to express themselves the way that they need to without judging them. Hold space for people to be who they are. We're going through a lot right now. And just because someone has a bad day does not mean that that defines who they are. As we go through our shadow processing, there's a phase of angst that we have to go through. And even though we are peace in our hearts, the world brings angst. And as you start to transition from a negative life into a positive life, you're going to go through that phase. And it is okay. Everything in the world is going to annoy you. Everything is going to become a trigger. You are not going to like the world. You are not going to like the people around you. That is okay. There's nothing wrong with you. That is a natural part of healing. be released, allow yourself some time to heal and let yourself off the hook. And as we transition that inequity and the angst that we have in our hearts, we allow more space for positivity to come in, and more light comes in, more positive experiences come in. And how we can discern from the negative energies and the positive energies is how do we feel. And so many times we may start feeling a certain way and we dismiss those feelings because we think, oh, well, that's just, so we may start feeling a certain way and we dismiss those feelings because we think, oh, well, that's just us. But what we don't realize is when we go into a place and you feel a negative feeling that comes out of nowhere, that's the energy that's in that area. And usually God will have us go into those places to lift and separate. Because when you go into those places, you bring a higher vibration with you. And people automatically notice you right off the bat. People stop what they're doing, just turn and look and observe. That's your light vessel. Allow your energy to work the room. Allow your energy to dispel any negativity. And instead of absorbing it, recognize that it is not yours and allow it to leave. Take note of the people who harbor that energy and understand that they are going through a phase, a transition. And it doesn't matter who we are on this planet, everybody's going through it. That might look like turmoil or chaos in your life. And as you transition out of that, you're going to have more days of peacefulness and blessings, and you're going to have more green light days where you hit every green light and it just goes smooth. So transitioning sometimes looks a little murky, but as we do this, each day it gets better and better and better and easier. So as we get tapped in, tuned in, and turned on every single day, you're already one step ahead of the rest of the world, because most people just accept their circumstances the way they are. They say, oh, well, this is life. I can't do anything about it. I was born into it. This is just the way life is. I'm just going to be poor. Our family's just poor. This is just how it is. And you just accept it. And instead of changing it and working towards transitioning your family lineage from poor to rich, we just sit in that. But there's more that you can have. Every single person in this life deserves the abundance and desires of their heart. It's by getting tapped in, tuned in, and turned on every day is a complete game changer. And that is recognition and confirmation from the Holy Spirit, from the Creator of all things, that you're already one step ahead of the people next to you because they're not focused, they're not getting tapped in, they're not getting tuned on, nor do they understand how incredibly important that is. And that is so important to get into your God frequency first thing in the morning and to anchor in your spiritual connectedness to Source. And I promise you, you get consistent in this habit and ritual that you have in your life every day, and the sky isn't the limit. Our mind's the limit. So wherever we think and the highest that we think that we can go is the highest thing that we'll reach. And it's up to each one of us to decide that for ourselves. But nobody can tell us that we're not. Nobody can discourage us but us. If we allow somebody to come in and speak negativity over us, we are allowing them to put that curse onto us. And so if we feed in and we believe what other people say, okay, that is what we allow in. That's what you get into agreement with. So get into agreement with prospering. Get into agreement with having abundance. Get into agreement with being successful. I mean, you can't think, if you want to have money and you want to have monetary abundance, You can't think that rich people are evil. You can't think that rich people are selfish and that they don't care, because you care. You're not selfish. And if all rich people don't care and they're selfish and they're mean and vindictive, you're not that. So how can you become rich if all rich people are like that? You got to switch that mind up. You got to switch that mindset. There are many, 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 many rich people that have abundance, things, and good monetarily things that are really good people, and they share that with the rest of the world. So we have to change our thought process and our mindset if we are going to obtain the things that we want. And the only thing and the reason why I seek monetary gain is because I want a life of freedom. And I want to be able to have enough money that when I see somebody that is down and out, I can have an impact on their life, and that I can go in and change their life for the better and show them how to alchemize and have abundance for themselves. So those are my goals in this life. That's what I live for. That's kind of my purpose. And so I appreciate you guys coming in to share that with me today. It's been a great day. I'm excited to get going. And I appreciate you guys all coming in here to join me. So I'm going to get to know some of you guys now after we've done our little meditation. And I've got to get going here in about 15 minutes. Get showered and going for today. I've got to stop up and fill propane today, and I'm going to turn on my heater. Propane today, and I'm going to turn on my heater here. Yesterday I didn't have hot water. I finally got that running. And it's a little bit different when you're a full-time camper. You have to make sure that you have heat. You got to check them propane tanks every day. The list is endless. You got to make sure that your lines are heating up and that they're not frozen. So, the list goes on. Good morning, good morning. I know some of you have been in here for a few minutes. I appreciate you guys joining me. I have Dee, good morning. Steven, good morning. Stealth Mom, good morning. Joseph, good morning. So, I have decided not to get the house that I was looking at least not right now. I was really excited, and I've been, I moved down south so I could get property and build an off-road retreat. And so some things got kind of put on the back burner. Although I've always been working towards this goal, it's just going to take me a little bit longer. And I was looking at a house to get into, and I have so many other things that I have to get taken care of, maintenance on my truck and different things that I have to get caught up on as far as bills go. And so I just decided, no, I'm not going to do it right now. I think that the price that they're asking is really too high for that area. And I would be having to do property management on 2 different places, plus the upkeep. And for that amount of money and work, I just thought it was a little much. So I'm trying to get caught up with everything and get the maintenance done on my truck. And have that all completed by the end of December, so that any of the extra money I have, then I can start taking trips like to beach and stuff like that here, I don't know, within the next month or so, because I need a beach. I need a beach. But that's kind of what I've been up to. And it's been a little bit rough trying to get going and to stay consistent. I stopped doing my delivery job because they didn't want to work around. The boss had a hard time working around my schedule. It was causing her too much stress. So I just thought, it's not for me. If I got too much going on, I'm already working 2 other jobs. If you don't want to try and make my life easier by working with me, then I'll just go find somebody who will. So I put in my 2-week notice there. And I actually have 1 day off a week now. So, plus I'm still meeting my financial goals that I have, every month. I'm a little bit shy, but it's still enough to be able to accomplish everything that I need to do. So, I got a couple friends that are in need, so I'm going to be looking at trying to help them and get them going and situated again, and just hunker down for this winter. So I've been really focused lately on discernment. So how many of you that are in here today understand discernment and what that looks like and how to identify what's for you or against you? Anyone want to participate and tell me that? What are discerning factors that you use to tell whether somebody's for you or against you? Good morning, Bobby. Alex, James. Good morning, Joseph. Christopher. Come on in. We just got done doing a chakra balance. Getting our spirit energy centers in alignment. Getting tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to our God frequencies. I've been focused on discernment this week, trying to help people discern in the spirits. So how many of you know anything about discerning in the spirits? It says 2 messages, but there's no messages. I have no comments over here. You guys can see the pinned post. Come on in and say hi. Don't be shy. It's the first day of the rest of your life. You really want to sit there staring at someone? The first day of the rest of your life. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with today? If you had all the money in the world, and money was not not a factor, and you could do anything that you wanted to do, what would it be? What would it be? If you could do anything you wanted to do and money was not a factor, what would it be? Say hi. You guys be sure to share this live. Show me some love. Show me some love. Good morning, good morning. Today's the first day of the rest of your life. Money is not a factor. What are you going to do with it? Good morning, good morning. Today's the first day of the rest of your life. Money is not a factor. What would you like to be doing right now? In the comments which binaural frequencies this is this morning. Just going to turn it up and let it play since no one wants to participate. Allow these frequencies to come in and move through your body. Actually, it's not allowing me to do it. It says that I'm not allowed to use I'm not allowed to use but let me just see if I can fix that. Nope, it's not going to let me do it. Not going to let me do it. I don't know why. For some reason, when I start my lives lately, they've been shutting off the ability to do a double window between frequency music, because I like to play the frequency music. And I use my phone for both recording and the frequency music, so they shut it off so I can't use double windows. So I think what I'll do, what's today? Wednesday? What I'll do on Friday is I'll set it up on my computer so they can't shut it off. But it's funny how they like to frick around and frickin' find out. But that's alright. We're still doing good. I guess they want to hear me talk. I personally like the frequencies. They're really, really good for my soul. And after overcoming a 13-year state of destitution where I wanted to just swallow a bullet, it was the only thing that, you know, helped me feel happy again. Because I couldn't get my mind off my problems, and I couldn't get my mind out of that thought loop. After leaving that 13-year state of destitution. And so I used the frequency sounds to release that serotonin within my body And then I started feeling a little bit happier. And then I was able to wake up, not feeling that rock in my gut. And I was able to overcome anxiety and panic attacks. And I was finally able to feel okay. And so now it's my go-to every single morning. I get up and I pray and I meditate and I listen to my frequencies. And it has been a total game changer for me. And these are scientifically proven to do whatever we think they're going to do. And that is exactly how simple it is. And it is a literal thing. It's a scientific proven thing. It is an absolute value to have frequencies change our emotions. Okay, so I'm going to say this in a way, and I hope that you can understand it. And I know that some of you will and some of you won't. So if you don't understand it, it's not for you. If you do understand this, then this is going to be for you. But everything is frequencies. Every single thing you see, every physical thing that you see has a quantum frequency. And when we are... Good morning, ladies. I'm going to decline today, but I really do appreciate you guys. But when we are naturally vibrating at whatever frequency, that frequency can be seen by the quality of life that we have and how we take care of ourselves. Those are the frequencies that we're emitting. And those frequencies can be determined by our emotions. Our emotions, and people say, oh, well, your feelings don't matter. They absolutely matter, 110%. That is indoctrination that's going off right there when you say your feelings don't matter. And you shouldn't be paying attention to your feelings, or you're a wuss for feeling, or you're a wuss for expressing your feelings. Because your feelings are the energy that you have within your vessel in motion. Emotions are energy in motion. And so if we are ignoring the energy in motion, then, and it's constantly negative, then we're just going to create and manifest all of those negative experiences in our life. People say, well, I don't have any control over that. You absolutely have control over that. What are you focusing on? Are you listening to a bunch of pornography, or say paranormal activity movies, or crime, murder movies? Those all play a part in the emotions and the energy that we are ingesting. And what they have done through movies and television is they have interjected those things into our lives so that if they can get us to feel those things and picture those things, then we become more of those things. So it's very, very important that you are picky and choosy with the things that you are ingesting. Okay, because food for us and our body, our vessel, our spirit isn't just physical food that we shove down our throat. It is also what we think about, what music we listen to, what TV programs we're watching, the words we are ingesting. Okay, when we're listening to these things, what meaning does it have? What's the frequency level of this music, TV, whatever, sport? If you're in politics, what are you engaging in? What are you feeding into is feeding you, is putting your energy in motion. And so when we start grasping these things and we start taking a hold of them, and we start taking thought by thought and dissecting that, getting to the root cause of each thought and just accepting it and coming okay with it, and then releasing the negative energies that we have to get rid of to allow those negative things to leave our life. And then we start embracing more positive things. Then the places that we were going around are no longer places we enjoy being in. And then the people start changing in our lives. And then the experiences start changing in our lives. And then the opportunities start changing in our lives. And the next thing you know, instead of hitting every single green light and getting behind every slow person on the road, your life is starting to get filled with more green lights and more blessings and more people that are in alignment with your frequency. Less of the haters and more of the supporters start coming in. More of the people that are designed to take you to your next level start popping out of the woodwork. And so as we are looking out and we are trying to discern and the things going on in our lives, these are key things that we can use to start transitioning that on our own with our own free will. But only you can decide that, and only you can decide where you're going to get tuned in, tapped in, and turned on for that day. And if somebody comes in and things don't go right and you stub your foot and you hit your head and the water's cold, there's no hot water. This is yesterday for me. If you continue feeding into that and you allow that emotion, energy and motion to settle into your vessel, and you take that on and you react in angst, and you react in anger, and you react with, then that's the kind of day you're going to have. But if you can just observe it, be like, okay, this is happening, or even laugh at it, like, okay, this is great. Like, how did we get through the whole propane tank in 24 hours? Like, not cool, but okay, this is what we're dealing with today. And you just allow it to roll off, and then you do what you got to do to take care of the situation, and you do the best you can with what you have, and you put in wholeheartedly, honestly, and transparently, and authentically into the things that you're going to sow into. And the things that you sow into will have that same energy that's going to come back to you. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time to clear out all the negative energy and inequity that you have from however old you are of a lifetime of building up that energy. Because from birth until your point of where you're at is how long you've been ingesting this energy. So if you're going to want to change it, it takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay, but it did fall in a day. So it is harder. But once you get to the point where you're starting to build that momentum, the positive momentum, then that becomes easier. And then it's harder to go around those other places. Then it's harder to be around the people that bring the angst. Then it's harder to be in the situations, the people, places, and things that cause that negative energy, emotion. So that's how you alchemize. That's how you discern in the spirits. Is this feeding into my life? Is this bringing me fruit of the spirit? Is this bringing me a blessing? Or is this draining me of my essence? And sometimes we do have to contribute to the things that drain us in order to turn that momentum over into a positive momentum. And so sometimes that does look negative for a little bit, but that doesn't mean that you're negative because of it. So don't fall into that trap either. It's a battlefield of the mind, people. That's what we're in. It's a battlefield of the mind. So if you can overcome the battles of your mind, you're already on the right track. You're already going the right way. You're already, making those steps in the right direction. So just keep that up. So I'm going to have to get off of here, though, so that I'm not late for work. I would much rather be here, but some of y'all got to start paying me to do that. I really do appreciate your time, and I really do appreciate your support. You guys be sure to share this, be sure to share my content, because there's somebody on your timeline that is struggling, that doesn't know what to do or where to go or who to talk to, and they just aren't talking about it. So if you share this on your timeline, this can get to them, and it can give them an answer, maybe open up a door and help them, lead them to their righteous path of highest alignment. Okay? So whether you're here or whether you're not, make sure you get tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to your God frequency first thing in the morning. Total game changer. You guys reset your script, tell a different story, live a different life. See you Friday. God bless. Godspeed. Stay alert. And don't fall for the Aurora Borealis chemtrail light show. Okay? That's discerning for me in the spirits around me. Is who's paying attention and falling for that crap and who isn't. Have a great day. Peace. Peace out.